Welcome back to Electric City Plays. I am Richie, and today we are going over an unboxing of our two largest ships for Armada, for Star Wars Armada. We went with the Chimaera, an Imperial Star Destroyer, and the Profundity, a Rogue One ship, the hero of Rogue One, if you will. This is a follow-up video to our series on building two fleets in the Star Wars Armada game. Getting into it about 6 years after it's all come out, and how much value for money you can get building a fleet of Empire ships and a fleet of Republic ships, and or Rebel ships, I should say, because the Clone War ships are also now out, but we haven't gotten into that. As I said, we're going to be unboxing the Chimaera and the Profundity, and we're going to be setting that up. The Chimaera also comes with some squadrons, which will be fun to mess around with. And the Profundity has a really cool ability where it can, at a certain point in the battle, have another ship come out of it, just like it did in Rogue One. So, without further ado, let's get into this unboxing. The Chimaera will be, however they do it, Admiral Thrawn's ship, and that was kind of what drew me to it. As originally a Star Wars Legends fan, if you haven't read the Thrawn trilogy, I would absolutely recommend it. And that is where the first time I had heard of this ship, and then it was pretty natural for me when I was getting into Star Wars Armada to, instead of just getting the standard ISD Imperial Star Destroyer, I wanted to get the one that was actually painted like Thrawn's ship. So that's kind of the reason behind getting this one over the standard one. In addition to that, you also get Fang fighters, so as squadrons in here. So I'm excited to see how those work. Bases cardboard, and this thing. So we'll come back to the cardboard. We have our components, chaff token, new defense token, name restricted card, all good stuff, and then why we're actually here, the ISD. All right. Again, an amazing paint, amazing engine glow. Let's get this out of the plastic. There we go. Amazing engine glow, amazing paint. We have a really cool bay here at the bottom. We'll get you guys closer in a minute here. All right, and then obviously his Chimaera paint on the top and bottom. All right, what are our options, I wonder? For our two, we have a Imperial Star Destroyer Kuat refit, the Imperial Star Destroyer Simoon 1 refit. So those are two of our options. Imperial Star Destroyer Kuat refit, and then Simoon refit. That's interesting, they give us just the same one, the same exact one twice. I wonder what I'm missing there. maybe nothing. And then on this one, yeah, no, you just have the, maybe if you want to run a couple different Simoon 1 refits or Kuat refits on your other ISDs. So you only get 2 unique configurations, but that's still really neat. We'll start out with a Simoon refit. Sounds neat. We're not going to put everything together today, but we're going to just at least get him on his base. Stand and boom. So it looks like with the Simoon refit, you 4332. You're not changing a ton. You have more black dice with the Kuat refit, and you replace that with a bunch of reds. So it'll be interesting to see how that affects things. Okay, we're gonna try to put this on the right way. There it is. And we'll slide forward and locks in. Very good. All right. So there that is on the base. And then what we came for, Grand Admiral Thrawn as a commander. And you have Darth Vader, interesting. Early warning system, hardened bulkheads, the Chimaera title, 7th Fleet Destroyer, Sovereign, Informant. So we're going to go through all these upgrade cards and these various limited cards when we do a full fleet breakdown of what the Empire is fit with. What we also have is 2 squadrons of Fang fighters. So let's get those. We'll get those put on their bases as well. Again, you get 6 different cards for your ISD, but you only have 2 different versions of it. So you have the Simoon 1 refit and the Kuat refit. Right now we have the Simoon refit. I'm curious to see how these squadrons are going to fit together, because on my unboxing of the base of the core set, they were a little bit difficult to put on their pegs. So we'll see if that is still the case with these Fang fighters. So comparatively, our Fang fighters have a ton of health. They have 7 health. They cost 20 and 23 points. So you'd want them to have a lot of health, but compare that to a TIE fighter that only has 3 health. And see, that fits together very well. There's no, the activation slider works and everything. With the problem, I'll show you guys the problem in a little bit. And then Fang fighter. So you just kind of like, if you're familiar with X-Wing, just, yeah, they just go right on the peg. There's not like a whole fleet of them to put on. So it's just a single Fang fighter. There it is. So that, and they did a good job. Actually, interestingly, X-Wing is getting a Fang fighter, and in the coming, probably this quarter of 2022, and it's going to be the largest ship. The largest not epic ship that that X-Wing has ever gotten, and it's actually this little Fang fighter. So that'll be exciting to see how that changes the game of X-Wing. And that slid onto the base very easily. this slides onto there. And again, the activation slider works well. And yeah, no, they both are awesome. The Mandalorian Gauntlet Fighter. Have I been calling this a Fang Fighter? I think I have. This is not a Fang Fighter. This is a Gauntlet Fighter. This is the Gauntlet, and it's, to me, it has always been the bigger version of a Fang Fighter. So forgive me for messing those two things up. All right, so we did the Chimaera with the ISD, amazing ISD, and our Fang Fighter. So let's see what they are up against with our Profundity shenanigans. It's not a word that slides off the tongue too easily, but that's all right. We'll see. We'll see if it can make up for it with being a super awesome, imposing ship. The good news is there shouldn't be any squadrons in this box for me to call the wrong name, so that's always nice. Cardboard base. Another little pamphlet to tell you how the rules have gotten slightly more complicated. And the ship itself. Profundity. So it seems like they did not care at all about the Profundity slipping out of its packaging. And some ships in Star Wars Armada, they wedge in there so tightly you almost have to break them to get them out. So interesting choice. I never noticed this. Wow, they did a great job. A couple of the engines, like a couple of these 4 small engines in the back, a couple of the paint kind of overlaps the edge there, but it's amazing. And then this little, I don't know what that would be, a little extra bridge or whatever. I think the bridge is down here, so I don't know what this port would be. And this is your bay for where your Hammerhead Corvette can pop out of and push the ionized ISD into the shield gate. We have our base. All right, so you can be an MC75 armored cruiser or an MC75 ordnance cruiser. Armored or ordnance? I think ordnance is the obvious choice. I say that having no idea what is actually the better choice, but in general, a good defense is a good offense, so we're going to go with that. There's no indication on these bases. Maybe there is an indication. I take it back. There is an indication. I just learned this in front of you. There is an indication. It's the thicker legs are for the front. I learned this stuff and I pass it on to you guys. You guys probably already knew that. Okay, again, it kind of hooks into the back of this, back of the ship. And those are our first, I want to say that's right, yeah. These are our first large base ships for the Rebels and the Empire. We have extra rules, more chaff tokens. We both have, both the Chimaera and this Profundity have similar new tokens, so we're not going to be learning a ton of new rules, which is nice. We have Admiral Raddus, who is actually going to allow us to, let's see, before deploying fleets, you may set aside one other friendly ship. At the start of any round, you may deploy that ship at distance 1 of a friendly ship. That ship cannot be deployed overlapping squadrons and cannot be the first ship to activate this round. Yeah, so this is allowing us to bring an extra ship into battle in a really cool way. We have Bale, General Draven. It's a hard word to say. Strategic Advisor, Jyn Erso, another early warning system, and yeah, Profundity. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Before deploying fleets, you may set aside one small ship with a command value of 1. At the start of any round, you may deploy the set-aside ship at distance 1. You may unequip up to 1 crew and 1 upgrade cards and equip them if able. So we'll see how Profundity and Raddus work together. And then we have 2 Calamari Exodus fleet, MC only. So those will be really neat. Our MC75 armored and ordnance cruisers, hull of 9, and compare that to our ISD, which has a hull of 11. We're roughly our Simoon refit is 112 points, and our ordnance cruiser is 100 points, or 104 points. So we're right even with each other. So again, this has been part 2, the capital ships or the large base ships, I should say, of our adventure into finding out what $200 gets us in Star Wars Armada, and what fleet variations we come up with. So thank you guys for watching. Our next video is going to be everything we have so far. Actually, no, our next video is going to be all the extras that we have to fill in the little gaps that we still had left. So that being said, I'll let you guys go. Thanks for watching.